Hi, I'm Grace from Weddingserv. Come with me as we share the stories that make our vendors truly special. Only on Weddingserv Vendor Spotlight. We are here today with Caitlin Chong, Assistant Director of Catering from Amara Singapore. Today, we step inside Amara Singapore to discover what makes it one of the city's most loved wedding destinations and how their dedicated team ensures every celebration turns into a truly unforgettable experience. Tell us, Caitlin, what makes Amara Singapore such a special venue for weddings?
Hi, Grace. Thanks for having me. Um, well, I've been in the events or hotel events industry for the past counting 15 years. Amara has a very, very good space for events. And aside from its location and its history in this neighborhood, we have so much to offer in our function spaces, not just because it's just a function space, it's a space where people connect. So I have been in the business or the business of events solely on this objective.
Um, so, why is it such a special venue for weddings?
Okay. So the usual or the highlights of the room that we have, I only have one ballroom. I have daylight, and there's no pillars. And if you are imagining walking down the aisle for a wedding on your first march-in or second march-in, I'm happy to boast we have a 38-meter long margin for you. So you can walk in with your mega long tray. You walk past all your guests. And of course, with the windows during a lunch wedding banquet, you have the daylight in your favor. So there's a lot of natural lights coming into the room. And we also have a LED wall as a multimedia backdrop that you can use it during the banquet to feature all your pre-wedding shoots, your slideshows, and of course you can change it when you're on stage. You can literally change up the mood of the ballroom with the LED wall.
How would you describe the Amara wedding experience in just 3 words?
Um, in summary, the three words that I'll use, um, curating your moments. That's are the three words. To me, it makes a lot of difference now in this current time because everyone wants to highlight their key moments, and not one event is always the same. Everybody has their own experiences to share with everybody during the big celebrations like these milestone events.
From the couple's viewpoint, what do they love most about celebrating their big day here?
Well, I think when they come here, what the couples are looking for is where a space can highlight their experiences and just be them. It doesn't overpower them. So you get to highlight all that this entire event is only about the couple. So our spaces are nice. It's comfortable. But what stands out is the couple has to stand out on that day. So everything will revolve around the couple. And of course, we want to make sure that both the families are comfortable as well. So at the end of the day, my what I always tell couples is do something that you enjoy at the wedding. Don't do anything that's too different from the norm because we are in Singapore. Because this either a good thing or a bad thing will be mentioned every year during Chinese New Year.
That's true. And the good thing about this space is also that it's been just renovated
Oh,
in
yes.
2024, right?
Yes. So Amara went through a major renovation for one whole year, starting from October 2023. The project finished in September 24. So the ballroom itself, we've been open for almost 2 years only, since May of 24. Um, and we have had very, very good feedback, not just because we did the renovation, but because the space itself works. The space itself is spacious. The space itself allows people to do what they actually come here for the event, to connect. It's comfortable. We have everything in place. All you need to do is just come together, innovate, generate ideas, connect, and then you create more connections.
That was why I felt so comfortable when I came here a few months back, and I didn't realize that it was just newly renovated. But the space really speaks for itself, and the expansiveness of the place. You can't just describe it until you come here and experience it yourself. To be honest.
Yeah. If I add on to that, because Tanjong Pagar, this district is historically a very, very cultural rich place. From the time that it has been like in the 1800s, where it was the trading point and where a lot of migrants come through this place. There's a lot of history outside the hotel. In the hotel itself, being a next year will be 2026, we are celebrating our 40 years. It's going to be massive for us because in the business of hospitality for 40 years in Singapore speaks volumes.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. And how does your team ensure that each wedding feels personal and unique?
Well, I would say the team here is very adaptable. We wear multiple hats. So when we're dealing with a couple, we will need to work with them. And of course, just give you a very, very simple example. Usually in the relationship between two people, the man is always about money. The man's always about alcohol. The man's always about how can he get past the day immediately while making the wife happy, right? And then the women's side, which is the bride side, she will always talk about the themes, what kind of floral palettes, what kind of favors I would like to have, what kind of mainly the program. So being the person or the planner that's going to communicate all their wishes and make it happen on the big day, um, when you say we have to make it personal to them, it's just to tug at their heartstrings and see what they speak to, and then we work with them on that. So if you're asking for examples, um, I had the privilege to celebrate this milestone event. First time when I met the family was when the mother of the bride celebrated her 60th birthday. 2 years in, they followed me to Amara when I joined the hotel 3 years ago. And she said, my daughter's getting married. Can you be the planner? I said, sure. Come and see the ballroom. If you like it, I'm happy to work with you. Came, agreed, done. And a lot of times couples have they feel like, oh yes, I got engaged. Next thing, plan wedding. How do I get through all this planning stage? It seems overwhelming. So this couple had the same stage as every other couple. The first time doing such a big event for 200 people, and then they were getting jitters 6 months out. So I said, just keep it simple. Three key things when you plan an event that you want people to leave remembering it. So they did. And of course, with references from TikTok or whatever. So they did. So they highlight the reunion of the two of them with the families, which they did a march in first with the first march in included the bride and the dad. The groom met them halfway and they did the handover of the hand or handing over the bride in the ballroom with everybody witnessing it. It was very, very it's a small touch, but it was memorable. The second one was they said, Kate, for my second march in, I don't plan to do the regular march in. I'm going to have an entertainer that comes in. We hired a drag queen to entertain our guests. It's a surprise for our guests. I said, okay, cool. That's very, very interesting. And said, then when do you come out or when do you appear? Oh, we will just appear suddenly on stage when everybody's looking at the drag queen. I said, okay, sure. We will curate that moment for you to appear seamlessly without people realizing you were already in the ballroom. So that happened. And the last point that they really took it to heart was usual weddings they do bouquet toss of the brides. But this one, because the couple was into anime and they are big fans of Pokemon, the groom said, I'm gonna toss away my I don't know what the value is, his favorite box of Pokemon cards to his guests. So I felt it was something that the couple hold dear to, something that they are very passionate about. And everybody that came together on that wedding was just very, very happy for them. I met the mother, I met the family, and they were all just very happy that, everything came together nicely. They had all their key objectives met. Okay, not a bit corporate, but essentially the wedding was just very seamless and they enjoyed every moment of it.
Wow, such a touching and fun experience. Food often plays a big part in any celebration.
Mhm.
What are some of the most popular menu highlights that couples rave about?
Um, they always tell me that the soup is good, the fish is good, and the most surprisingly, the ifu noodle. So I truly believe that once you have the key things or top three dishes, you nailed it. It usually gives you a good result at the end of the banquet. So our soups, the braised seafood soup, in golden puree, that's fantastic. Chef does it for like 6 hours, braised. A lot of work put into the soup. Of course, fish. Fish is very easy to tell whether it's a good fish dish. You just have to give you a fresh fillet, good fish, good sauce, and just steam it. Simple, nice. The most surprising one is the ifu noodle. That I personally think for most weddings that I go to, ifu noodle doesn't quite attract me. I want to go home with the first after the first bite. But over here, everybody finishes the ifu noodle. Because our chef has 60 over years experience. He's very, very good. You can imagine his age, right? So he's has so much experience in cooking that the ifu noodle is one of the things that he mastered. Very well balanced dish. The noodles are al dente. Enough, just nice of sauces. The taste is just very well balanced, and it doesn't come out soggy. That's the key thing.
I'm surprised to hear that because I've always been um, not been impressed with any ifu noodles that I've tasted so far,
Mm.
and that's why I've never ever touched ifu noodles. So I'm looking forward to trying your ifu noodle dish.
Sure.
What little touches or details do you think makes Amara wedding experience truly memorable?
Um, I don't sell this a lot because I always like to keep this as a surprise for the couple. Um, so it's no longer a surprise when I tell you. So one of the key things that when I was curating the package for the hotel and when they were coming out with a new brand and everything, was to be able to give the couple something to remember us by that they can take home. Aside from just the invitation cards that you send to your guests and you keep a copy of it, but I wanted to make it something personal for the couple. So um, we provide a token box, which is for the angpaos, where we put up the couple's names and the date, and we pressed flowers. So it's a dried acrylic stand with pressed flowers with the couple's name on it. So the way I tell the couple is, hey, this is my angpao box. We personalize it for you for that day, for the big day. And you can bring home the box after, not the box, the frame after the event. So there's a little keepsake for the day that's just for the two of you. Little touches also would be the amenities that we put in the room. So everybody that comes to the hotel and stay, be it they're here for business or leisure, they're here for a reason. So for a wedding couple, when they come, we put in a customized amenity for weddings. So they get a bottle of their own bottle of champagne, and also a cookie that or a brownie cake that we do ourselves, and then we congratulate them personally on the cake with a congratulations, a happy wedding message on the cake. So that's only for wedding couples that stay with us, and all our couples who book the weekend package, they get to stay in the bride suites. So it's one of the very few suites that we have in this not micro but mid-sized hotel of mine. We only have 4 bridal suites on one night. So they get to enjoy their stay as a newlywed in our 16 square meter large bridal suite. kick their shoes off at the end of the banquet and enjoy the facilities in the hotel.
One of the things that really impressed me as I walked into Amara Singapore is your bellboy, Adil.
Mm,
So I have to mention him because he's such a lovely character.
yeah.
And when I come in here first for the first time, I was attending an event, and he would ask me, "What event are you attending, or what are you looking for?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Okay, I'm going to this workshop, whatever." He doesn't know where it is, but
Mm,
he literally led me to the lift, went into the lift himself, and then took me to level 2, and
mm.
then asked around for me. And that kind of little touches, it's really service with a heart. So I'm sure you have similar positive experience that your guests have related to you about that.
With Adil, yes. With the team, yes. And also with the banquet team, we do have that. But it's not a single person effort. In the hotel, it's
For
never a
sure,
single
for
person
sure.
effort. It's multiple touch points that when you as a guest come through the hotel, you meet and see everything in the hotel. Different people that you meet along the way up to the guest room, they all leave an impression on you.
Exactly,
So
exactly.
I'm very thankful that I have a very good operations team, be it just banquet service or chef, or even the front desk team, and even the housekeeping team, just to make sure everything is working well. We don't get heart attacks on that day. Yeah. So yeah, I'm very very thankful for what we have here at the Amara. It's a lovely place to be, and the team makes the biggest difference here.
Mm. I can see. I've met some of your team members as well. Simply lovely. Pay so much attention to detail, and I can see that they have so much pride in what they do. And so I really have to commend you on that. In terms of your entire leadership team, as well as your leadership, as well as the cooperation with other functional teams, it's just superb. This is probably one of the better service that I've seen and
Thank you.
experienced
Thank you.
myself. So Amara Singapore was recently voted
Mhm.
Best Hotel Wedding Venue 2025. What does that recognition mean to you and your team?
Everything that you said
That's
before
true.
that. So yeah, so it's something that we can use that not just you where you experience it yourself, but this gives us like a badge that we can wear proudly and tell everybody that. So even people who have not heard about it, they see that badge and then they come and experience it themselves.
Is there any reflection about how this award changes your approach to service and excellence?
Well, it gives it justifies why what we do, and of course we always want to do better, and work towards something better. Because we take all feedback objectively and we try to improve from there. So, we do appreciate all the feedback that we get. And I always believe that feedback that's given is always from the heart that they want you to be better.
How do you and your team support the couples through the entire planning process?
Oh, we're like their best friend the moment they sign up. Yeah, we create a group chat from the day they sign up. And of course, we also appreciate that the couples acknowledges that we are also human. That they're very kind nowadays. They are very mindful. I would say couples nowadays are very very mindful. They tell me things like, "Hey, Kate, I know it's the weekend. You might not be working, so you could reply me when you're back at work." So that's somehow I feel that that's changed in the current couple of years. But how we support them, it's literally like your best friend.
Hmm.
Just that I won't be pulling your dress on that day lah.
What would you say to couples exploring Amara through Weddingserv for the first time?
Well, it's I believe Weddingserv is a very very good platform for new couples, for anybody that's looking for wedding services. It saves time. And you see everything up front available on the platform. You can use that as a reference, and then thereafter connect with the vendors. But the good thing is that Grace, you have already done the screening, so that's a peace of mind where you solely source vendors that have good reviews, or they provide good services that you feature on your platform. So we're very happy to be on that platform, and
Thank you.
and we hope that this will take off. It will really change the way people book wedding services. Um, we can tell that they're deviating, trends are changing, but I think this is one of those trends that might take off, might not take off, but we'll hope for the best.
We also too, what we're trying to do is to save the couple a lot of planning time, so that they can spend more time bonding with each other before the marriage. Any advice that you would give to couples currently planning their dream wedding?
Um, my only advice for couples is keep it simple. Again, three key things. What do you want to highlight during your big day? And then even if it doesn't go to the way that you envision it to be, enjoy the moment, enjoy the ride. Uh, when things happen, they happen for a reason, and you can talk about it in the next 10 years. So I will give you my personal example. I did my wedding during COVID. So there were a lot of travel restrictions. I had friends who couldn't come.
Right.
And until today, every time my anniversary comes, it's like a sticking point that I use it against my husband. He refused to pay for a videographer to take the Zoom call.
Right.
You know, you had the Zoom call, and I had friends who were waiting to join onto the call to be with us virtually. Yeah. And what happened was he outsourced it to his cousin, his nephew, yeah. And he forgot to press record. And my entire vow, the entire thing just video recorded without noise, without the sound. And yeah, so that's my thing for him for the next 10 years. But we laugh about it. We laugh about it all the time. So yeah, it's all happening for a reason, and we laugh about it. For me, I think these are key moments that make your moment stand out.
But at least there's something to give justification for that next ruby ring or diamond ring.
Yeah.
In one line, what makes Amara the perfect place to say I do?
I think you will fall in love with this place when you step in. And given how much mindfulness that the owners have put into planning the space, and making it what it is after the renovation, there's a lot of key points that went through with this. So if you walk through the lobby, it doesn't just feel like a hotel lobby. It feels like a community. I mean, that's the essence of why you see more sittings around the lobby. You see more lounger, low sitting couches around, even in the function rooms, in the foyer, because the owners who planned this entire renovation, kudos to her, was she wanted to incorporate a feeling of community and togetherness. And so you see this throughout the design, in places where there's big enough space for people to network and hang around, right? You see places where they can sit more comfortable, sofas and all. So why here? Well, not just because it's 40 years old, but also because it's truly Singapore. Amara brand, it's held by a Singaporean business owner. It's truly Singapore. But the space just works. I can't say that enough. Yeah, it's not a place that you will get lost in. I only have the ballroom on level 3. I don't have it on another floor, and I have guest rooms. We have everything in here that works. I won't say that it's a place where it's new, but feels empty. But we have a certain warmth that you will enjoy that when you come.
That's true. Thank you, Caitlin, for sharing such a beautiful glimpse into what makes this venue so special. From your award winning ballroom to the heartfelt service behind every celebration, it's clear why so many couples choose Amara to say I do. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you, Grace.
To connect with Weddingserv vendors, go to weddingserv.com and look for a specific vendor that you wish to chat with. Click on the chat icon of the vendor and log in with your Weddingserv registered email or register online. Confirm your brief requirements and schedule an appointment for detailed discussion.